You're either going to love this or you're going to hate it. Hey guys, it's Sebastian from AskSebby, and today we're looking at the new updates to the American Express Platinum card. So the new annual fee, credits, and also intro bonus. As always, there's going to be a chapters tool if you get bored, if you want to skip around. Big favor from you guys is to give this a thumbs up and to share this with anyone else who might benefit. Also, if you're someone new here, consider subscribing if you want to learn how to maximize your credit card points and how to use them for cool trips. We'll start off with the bad news because I think that makes the most sense. The annual fee for the Platinum card is going to be increasing. So right now we're down here at about $550. It's going all the way up to $695, so a $145 increase. That sounds pretty bad, but we do have a bunch of credits that might make that pretty reasonable. For people new to credit cards and American Express, a reminder that you do have to pay that annual fee in your first statement. So basically in the first 30 to 60 days, you're going to have to pay that amount off. It also does not count towards your minimum spend because it's not purchases you're making on the card. I've seen some people miss out on the intro bonus for this reason, so just really wanted to emphasize it. But what about for people who already have the card? So if your credit card renews from now until January 1st of 2022, it's going to renew at that $550 number. So for example, let's say your renewal date is on December 15th, it's going to be that $550 number. Anything afterwards, it's going to be the new $695. In a lot of ways, this is really great for people who already have the card because it means that we're paying the lower annual fee, but testing out the new perks to see if we want to keep this long term. The good news is that they are adding a bunch of credits and it's on top of the credits that already exist. So they're not getting rid of the Saks, Uber, or airline incidental credits. Let's actually get the details of the credits out of the way first because I know some of you are curious. You're going to get a $200 hotel credit, a $179 clear credit, a $300 Equinox one, and also a $240 digital entertainment one. There are a lot of rules there, so I'd recommend sticking around towards the middle of the video where we dive into everything. So in total, all of this together is $919 in value, and you're paying $145 more. So if you subtract that out from that, you're getting about $774 in net value. Put another way, as long as you can use about 15% of the new credits, then you can justify that annual fee increase. The $200 hotel credit is probably the easiest one of the bunch, and I'll run through some examples of what I've personally done. So it does feel a bit like the new people are getting the short end of the stick, but they do have a very good intro bonus. I'm not sure if this is a long-term thing or whether it's a short-term promotion, but it is pretty good. You're going to earn 100,000 American Express membership reward points for $6,000 in purchases within the first 6 months. On top of this, you're going to earn 10x back on restaurants and when you shop small in the US. So when you go to smaller stores and you see the shop small American Express thing, that's what I mean there. So depending on your spend, it could easily be up to an additional 250,000 MR points. So theoretically, you could argue that the intro bonus is 350,000 points. Reminder that this is part of the intro bonus, so if you're someone who already has the card, then you can't really opt into this. If you don't want to jump through any hoops and you just want to redeem it as a statement credit, you're getting 0.6 cents per point. So 100,000 points times 0.006, that's $600 in value. That should be the bare minimum value that you get, and there are quite a few other options that redeem for 0.8 to 1 to 1.1 cents per point, and maybe 1.5, but the one that I really like is transferring the points out to partners, and this is where you get the most value. So this is when you transfer your points, so MR points, over to a partner point, and then you redeem through that partner program for typically first and business class flights and maybe some sweet spot stuff. So in those cases, you're getting 2 to 10 cents per point, depending on what you're looking to do. I feel like 2 to 3 is the reasonable range because that's what you can typically buy points for from the airlines. And I feel like that's just a reasonable price that people comfortably pay. So if you saw that on Flyer Talk, you would consider that a deal. So $1,000 to $3,000 for business and first class. 100,000 points times 2 cents per point, so 0.02, that's going to be $2,000 in value. And based off the sticker price for the flights that people willingly pay, that's more like $20,000 to $30,000. For the minimum cash back option as a statement credit, you're getting about 10% return on your spend for that intro bonus. And then for the transfer partners at 2 cents per point, which I think is pretty fair, that's about 33% return on your spend. If you're someone who wants to learn more about the American Express Platinum card and you want to support the channel, we do have links on our website, AskSebby.com. Using those links really supports the channel and allows me to do a deep dive on credit cards rather than jumping to crypto, stimulus, or stocks based off what's hot for the quarter. I probably don't say this enough, but thank you guys so much for the support. Let's do a deeper dive into the credits because there is quite a bit of nuance. Let's start off with the hotel one because I think it's the most tangible. You're going to receive up to $200 back in statement credits each year on prepaid bookings with American Express via their Fine Hotel and Resorts program or the Hotels Collection. I'm probably going to say FHR because I'm used to abbreviations. So the really good thing about FHR is that you do get a lot of benefits for booking through that program. You're going to get upgrades which aren't too big, but it's still something. You're going to typically get credits, either property credits, dining credits, or something like spa, and then you're going to get late checkout. Hotel Collection is pretty similar as well, but if you have the choice, you generally want to book through FHR. So my go-to for Fine Hotel and Resorts is going to be Vegas because the prices can be pretty reasonable if you are someone who's working remotely and you don't need to be there on very busy weekends. So for example, Nomad is $149 a night, and on top of that, you're going to get a $100 dining credit that you can use at the restaurant. This credit is going to be per stay, but one night can be one stay. If you do 2 nights in a row, that's still one stay. So if you don't mind hopping around like Mandy and I, we generally do hop around. That does sound a little inappropriate. The Waldorf Astoria is another good option here. You're going to get a $125 dining credit, and if you're someone who has diamond status, since they don't have a lounge, you're going to get $25 per person per day. So a one night stay is technically 2 days, so $50 times 2 plus the $125 from the FHR program. To me, the $200 hotel credit already covers the annual fee increase because I was already using FHR. If you're someone who has to go out of the way for this, then maybe you discount this, maybe you value this at only 50% of its value, maybe at 75, but I think this is going to be the most tangible one for most people who have this card. So $150 annual fee increase, but also a $200 credit, so that works out, and the other credits are just a cherry on top. I felt the need to say that because we're now diving into the $300 Equinox credit, and this one's probably going to trigger a lot of people. If it's easier, maybe pretend this credit doesn't even exist. So for this one, you do need to enroll, and you're going to get a $25 credit per month times 12 months. That's going to be $300 in value in total for specific things. This is going to include all access, destination, as well as their app, Equinox Plus. The first one is pretty much the normal one that gets you access to all of their basic gyms. The second one is basic gyms plus the rock climbing walls and special spaces. And the third one is pretty much the VIP program. I think if you're someone who already works out at Equinox, then this is going to be a minor discount. For most people, the most interesting one is probably going to be their app, Equinox Plus. So the normal retail price for this is $40 per month, and they have a bunch of classes from Rumble, Pure Yoga, SoulCycle, Equinox, and Headstrong. As much as I want to hate on a $40 app, I'm pretty much paying the same thing for Tempo every month for the same thing. So yeah, I think it's fine. I'll probably try out the Equinox app for yoga and see how it goes. One common theme you're going to notice is that it's probably not American Express footing the bill. It's probably them working with vendors looking for monthly active users. Next is a $179 Clear credit. So this is pretty much a private company version of TSA PreCheck. The cool thing is that you can do Clear and then do TSA PreCheck afterwards for the security part. They also have this at some arenas now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they expand this. So for example, in New York, if you go to Citi Field, Yankee Stadium, or MSG, Madison Square Garden, then you can go through this and it makes the process a little bit better. The credit is $179 because that's the retail price. I think how much value you get from this depends on how much you fly and how often you go to events. The last one is going to be a $240 digital entertainment credit, and it sounds pretty good, but there are a lot of limitations. You have to enroll in this one as well, and it's going to be a $20 credit per month. The really good thing is that there's no minimum requirement, so it's not like you have to spend more than $20 to get a $20 statement credit. If you spend $10, then it's going to trigger $10 of that credit. If you spend $15, it's $15 of that credit. So the really frustrating part is that it seems like it's only for 4 services right now, and maybe they end up adding more in the future, but for right now, it's SiriusXM, Audible, New York Times, as well as Peacock. If you're someone who is looking to stop paying Netflix for whatever reason, then I think Peacock is your best bet. They have a $4.99 plan for movies as well as TV shows, and then they have a $9.99 plan that's the same thing, but without the ads. For me, I'll probably go back to Audible. It's something that I used a lot back in 2018 and 2019 when I did a lot more traveling, not really as much last year or this year. I really wish that they had Netflix, Hulu, or Disney Plus, but I realize that those places don't really need marketing. They already have so many people signing up that they don't need to do promotion like this. Overall, I think these changes are net good for the card. So even though the annual fee increased by $145, you can get upwards of $919 in new credits. As long as you can use 1 or 2 of these credits, you should be in a pretty good spot. To me, the crazy part is that the American Express Platinum is now a keeper card, so where the tangible credits are higher than the annual fee. Again, if you want to learn more about the Platinum or pretty much any other card out there and you want to support the channel, we do have links on our website AskSebby.com. Huge way to support the channel. My question for you guys is, what are your thoughts on the changes? How would you rank the different benefits of getting the credits? And also, how do you think their competition is going to react to this? Let me know and everyone else know in the comments down below. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you know anyone else who would benefit from watching this to understand what's going on, then share this with them. It'll probably help them out. But otherwise, hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time.